It worked. Silently, cleanly, cheaply. And just like that, he believed he had found the answer. He called his boss and said, "Can you imagine how much money we're going to make?" They didn't call it leaded gasoline. They called it ethyliding the word lead completely. GM DuPont and Standard Oil formed a new company, Ethyl Corporation, and began pumping TEL into gas stations across America. Midgley won awards, but behind the scenes, he stopped attending public events. He was quietly being treated for lead poisoning himself. The invisible killer. The fuel was first used at the Indy 500, then spread to gas stations across the country. But inside the Bayway plant in New Jersey, workers began collapsing. 5 died within weeks. To calm public fear, Midgley appeared at a press conference, poured TEL over his hands, and inhaled its vapor. He smiled for the cameras. But off camera, he had already been poisoned. The real damage was far beyond the plant. Lead mimics calcium, so the body stores it in bones, in tissues for decades. It damages the brain, destroys neurons, tears apart the myelin sheath that protects nerve cells. It's especially brutal for children, lowering IQ, causing attention problems, and reshaping brain development for life. Benjamin Franklin warned about this back in 1786, and yet, it was ignored. Doctors from Harvard, Yale, and MIT raised alarms, but oil executives brushed them off. Government regulators hesitated. Industry came first. Meanwhile, Clair Patterson had moved on from aging rocks. He built the world's first cleanroom laboratory to eliminate any lead contamination during testing. With it, he dated the Earth at 4.55 billion years. Then he turned back to the numbers. There was lead everywhere. So he asked, "Where's all this coming from? It's global consequences." Patterson gathered samples from deep ocean water and compared them to the surface. Surface levels were 10 times higher. He then traveled to Antarctica and drilled deep into the ice. Each layer It wasn't a government. It wasn't a corporation. It wasn't even a medical agency. It was a single scientist, Clair Patterson, working in silence, who proved what no one wanted to admit: lead pollution. Bans. Japan acted first in 1986, and in 2021, the final country allowed leaded fuel. The UN estimates that this has saved over 1 million lives per year, and over $2.45 trillion in global damage. But one source remains: aviation fuel. Small planes still use till today. It is now the largest source of airborne lead in the United States. In a letter, Franklin once said, "You will observe with concern how long a useful truth may be known before it is generally received and practiced on." Midgley didn't want to hurt anyone. He just wanted engines to run smoother. But Patterson refused to stay quiet. And today, the